Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Bros Park. Today, we've got another Kaiju number 8 banger. And, of course, I will be one of your hosts, Colin. I'm always joined by...
Yours truly, Jeff. How's everybody going? You thought it was a banger episode? I thought it was kind of like...
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wow, just hurry up. Get on with the story, guys.
Dude, I feel like we should bring you to therapy because you have no emotional, reactions to anything. And...
What are you on about, man?
Dude, this was a great episode for Hashi and,
You enjoyed that? I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
You spent already one full episode doing this. Like, you don't need to drag this on any longer, man.
They dragged it on for 5 minutes. It was the first 5 minutes. Okay, so he shows up and
They had the full 22 minutes last episode to do this.
Yeah, and they finished it up in 5 minutes, and then we got 15 other minutes of other emotional shit. I'm sorry that you don't have a heart. Fucking okay, so we get there and Furahashi's met up with Reno, and Reno can't move because he's got fucking 30 muscle tears and fractures.
His legs all busted up too.
Yeah, so what? Furahashi, goes crazy, pops off. He gets his combat power between the low 40s, and then it'll go down to 20s.
I thought that was kind of an ass pull too, man. Like, yo, this guy can go 42%. Really?
What do you think that's an ass pull? The entire fucking first squadron is 60%. What do you mean?
I don't know, man. It just seemed a little bit weird how you could just double his combat power. I guess maybe he had mental blocks the whole time.
Maybe we heard from their captain.
As soon as his hair goes down, that's when his combat power spikes. Is that the thing?
Yeah, it's Super Saiyan. The hair goes up. There it is. But
no, his hair went down, man. He went Narumi.
Yeah, it's true. He went all bloody and shit. But I feel like it's got to do with the captain saying oh, he's got the same ability as me, which is I assume a support class situation where he can power up if he needs to support others that have it, but he won't do well by himself.
I don't know. It felt a little bit weird. I'm like... kind of, I don't know, man. For some reason, this guy can blow a hole in the giant freaking dai kaiju.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody
He's not
else
a dai
in the
kaiju.
squad,
He's a Hanju.
Hanju. And everyone else in the squad is just sent to bitch work, deal with the smaller kaijus. I'm like, oh wow, okay. I guess it's just these two guys who are the cream of the crop now, the two new first year recruits.
You're saying that as if the rest of the third squadron that were first year rookies didn't have Shinomiya, Kaiju number 8, Reno, Furahashi, the military guy.
I get that, but just the rest, the squad that they're in. I forgot what squad number they're in right now.
I forget. Yeah.
It seems like everybody in that squad is just useless compared to these two new first years, right?
They fucking are. That's the point. What do you mean?
Jesus Christ, man. No wonder Japan's messed up from all these kaiju invasions.
Dude, yeah, that's the whole point. It is messed up.
I'm just saying. Come on, man.
All right.
Wrap it up, boys. Put the fries in the bag.
And they wrapped it up. It took literally 5 minutes. Furahashi
in the bag.
He unlocked his powers. He went up to 42%. He was using paralysis or electric bullets or something. And the whole time the captain's saying, oh, he's got the same power as I do. And we got more of the backstory from the captain with Shinomiya's mom, right?
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice.
That was nice.
That was nice. I was like, yo, dude, the guy's sobbing. He's like, yo, this must be my duty to teach them as the sole survivors of that
squadron or whatever. Yeah. Well, dude, this isn't
I like that more than Furuhashi and Reno.
This isn't a shield hero situation where oh, of course everyone's connected to somebody super strong. Oh, of course this captain's the number one expert on the numbers weapons. You don't have that complaint over this guy?
No, I was all right with it.
God, your complaints are all over the fucking map. But yeah, so Furuhashi levels up and they destroy it with Reno's one sniper bullet. That kind of pissed me off a little bit because I was like, is that not just Mina's ability? Long range, one power shot.
I'm sure Mina could have destroyed that without having the core exposed. Reno needed that core exposed to do his thing, right?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And he probably was like not that far away. Like, cause Mina's like super long range.
True.
He's middle range, I would say. So like he wasn't that far away.
I agree. I think they just kind of juiced it up with like, hey, he's got ice. I'm like, okay. I like, again, it's cool, but I like the thunder more, which we've been seeing from the other people.
Or the goddamn railgun.
Yeah, exactly. Or like katanas. I don't know. I feel like there's cooler stuff. Anyways, I really enjoyed, them having the fucking moment afterwards. They're smiling, the big high five, all that stuff. Like, I enjoyed that. That was very feel good. I'm sorry you don't have a heart.
I like it would have been better if they just did all that last episode, but I'm just saying.
Sorry, do you want solo leveling? Do you want the ooh fight? Like, but no, we moved on.
No, I want to move on with the story because like the next thing is like everyone's reaction to like Reno being the wielder of number 6, right? Like we got the two. I forgot the guy's name. The blue-haired top knot guy and the blonde-haired guy. They're like, oh, and then even Kafka's like, what? No. You gotta do that?
Yeah, and again, Shinomiya has a point where it's like, hey, stop underestimating us. Like, we're soldiers. Reno's a soldier. Like, we're all here. It's not just you type idea. I get that. That's a good throwback to her saying that prior. We haven't seen Narumi for a while, so I'm sure he's kind of doing his thing. I wonder how he's taking it, if he's going to be angry that he's not all over social media.
Yeah, true. I think he's got bigger things to worry about right now.
Yeah, that's fair. But we then kind of, after all the reactions from everybody, we kind of lean more into Kafka with Hoshino, right? That's kind of like the last half of this episode, I would say.
Yeah, Kafka's like questioning himself. He's like, yo, everyone's getting stronger, but like, personally, I'm not getting stronger. Like me, Kafka, Hibino, like I'm staying the same. I've been relying too much on Kaiju number 8's power this whole time.
And Hoshino kind of meets with him in the night while he's training, and
yeah, this is the first time they've seen each other since he actually exposed himself in front of everybody.
Yeah, because we've seen Hoshino talk with shut the fuck. We've seen Hoshino talk with Kaiju number 10 and stuff, but Kafka and him haven't chatted. So it was a heartfelt like, hey, I've always wanted to apologize. I'm sorry for hiding my identity.
And then cut to a little comedic part. I like that. It was like, the cliche, like, oh, I'm so sorry for like lying this whole time. And then Hoshino just cuts him off right away. He's like, yo, stop with that mushy shit.
Yeah. He's like, I already said I forgive you. We're even because I scared you with my rubber knife. It's like, okay, sounds good. And through that, it was just basically conversations around Kafka getting stronger through his own power. And,
I felt like that was like a toddler would have been like, hey, why doesn't Kafka get stronger? So Kaiju number 8 is stronger too. Like, why can't he learn like extra shit by himself so that it can translate into his Kaiju powers?
Yeah,
like, this is like the most obvious thing to do, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. It is one of those, hey, you and Kaiju number 8 are like one and the same now. Like, you're not separate. Yes, the powers come from Kaiju, but like Kaiju number 8 is not controlling your fists. Like, you got to know how to throw a punch or kick, and like,
yeah, literally, it's just Kaiju number 8. Like, when you really think about it, all his powers are just punching. No kicking. He's just move really quickly and punch. That's all he's been doing this whole time.
He's just a super suit of armor. And like, if that's the case, the person in the armor still needs to be able to know how to fight. And
yeah, it's literally like Dragon Ball Z, Super Saiyan. You need to get the foundations, the base, and then like basically, it gets like exponential multiplication of power right there. So like, I'm surprised no one like, hey Kafka, why don't you train your foundation base, which he's been doing. He's been doing the cardio, he's been doing the shit, but like actual like combat power, like technique and everything, right?
Yeah, it is that question of technique versus strength, and I don't know, it's hard to go.
On the other side, there's only so much like combat technique you can do, because like you're fighting fucking monsters, kaijus. What?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna do like, you know, aikido and all that shit on kaijus, right?
Well, the other hard part is like you also want to train at the level that you're going to be fighting at. So if I can't, you know, punch more than 10 pounds of force, and then all of a sudden my arm can punch with 10 tons of force, I'm gonna fucking blow my shoulder out. I'm gonna like rip my own arm out of its socket.
Fine. Blows out the socket, just regrows their arm. It's all good.
You know what I mean, though, right? Like you want to train with that ability, but whatever, it's fine, right? Hoshino brings him over to basically say like, hey, I'll kill Kaiju number 9. The rest of us will basically kill Kaiju number 9 because you're gonna not be able to turn back into a human if you keep transforming. And Kafka's like, absolutely fucking not. I'm gonna do it too. Don't worry. So
yeah,
you know, now it's training arc. That's all it is. It's a training arc, right?
Yeah, they're at like the shrine of like heroes, I guess you could say. The people who fought kaijus throughout the like eras, and like, yeah, they just straight up throw hands. They're just boxing and or like MMA style at this point, and kaiju just getting dogged on the whole time.
Yeah, like Hibino or Hoshino, yeah. I was gonna say Hibino. Yeah, Hoshino talks about how he has this kind of hand-to-hand combat style, unarmed kaiju fighting style that's been perfected and passed down throughout the generations, and the one that really perfected it was actually Shinomiya, the director.
Yeah, Isao.
And he will teach Kafka that, so that when Kafka goes unarmed, like we talk about in Kaiju number 8 form, he'll actually have some fighting prowess, hopefully.
So like this should have been like, you know, taught day one, right?
Well, I'm sure that they were kind of working on his like gunplay, right? Because it's like, oh, you're like any other soldier, but like they've come to terms he's not, I guess, you know?
Yeah, I felt like he should have actually received special training instead of, you know, with the other recruits. Because like, you know, this is like the only guy with kaiju powers, right? I think like even though he shouldn't be treated differently, he should be treated differently here.
But remember, they've only known about his kaiju powers and given him free reign for like a week or two.
I guess.
Right before that, he was just a regular soldier.
Actually, wait, no, it's been like months because remember, we've already had this time skip of Reno, right? With the
yeah. Suit. Actually, yeah, that's right.
There's been a time skip.
Yeah, so it's a little over a month then. Yeah. Then I agree with you.
That.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, he got captured, and before that, obviously, he was just training like a regular soldier. He got captured for a while, and they only let him kind of like free reign release like for a week or something before Kaiju number 9 showed up. Like, it wasn't that long. Yeah, but you're right, now it's been a month. So
yeah, I don't know. But anyways, Hoshino like points out like, hey, you've actually gotten stronger. Like, you know, I can tell from like the way you're keeping up, even though he's getting fucking walked on. His cardio, his body has changed and whatnot. So, you know, he confirms with Kafka that like, hey, I'm gonna teach you this. And I guess like they're on their way to walk out, right? And then like it kind of went kind of a horror-esque kind of, you know,
a little
bit freaky, you know. Kafka like bows to the shrine, and you see this like shadowy figure, kind of in like a samurai outfit. Did you see that, or was it just me?
I think it's a samurai outfit with like the big spear with the curved blade on the end, and you know, it had like the almost like an Oni mask with like glowing red or white eyes, like staring back at Kafka.
Yeah, because like when like even Hoshino like was explaining like the, you know, the past, they fought kaijus without their combat suits. Like, holy shit, imagine how many people died.
Dude, that's the thing that I was saying the whole time.
They're just like with swords, like god.
Dude, I thought this was a new thing with the kaiju, right? No,
yeah.
He said that this shrine has been since the Edo period, back in 1647. They've been fighting kaiju for over 400 years almost. What? Why would you?
I guess the kaiju evolved with the humans or something, because like there's no way like, you know, a kaiju from now, if there was in the past, they would just wipe out everything. Swords aren't gonna do anything. Guns aren't gonna do anything.
But
right? They're probably weaker.
He also made the comment that like, oh, if you plan to live in Japan, this is an inevitability. Are there not kaiju elsewhere in the world? Are we like?
I don't know. I think it's just a Japan thing. It's like Jujutsu Kaisen, where the cursed spirits are only in Japan.
Dude, Kaiju number 9, they said ran to the Philippines. What do you mean?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. This seems like I don't know. I'm just trying to rationalize this. Who knows, man?
Dude,
It just seems like Japan's just constantly getting fucked by kaiju.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, nobody in the rest of the world has seen a kaiju, and they just all of a sudden have kaijus roaming because he like dipped from Japan to the Philippines. Like, dude, he would rule the Philippines as a king. Like, what the fuck? Like,
But okay. That shadowy figure, with the Oni mask.
Yeah.
I might think I speculating here. That's a guy in the past who could turn into a kaiju.
Yeah, my speculation is it is either the kind of equivalent of the person that killed like the major kaiju, because they were talking about that shrine being at the site of the major kaiju battle back in the Edo period, and the most people died in that fight ever from one single kaiju. So my first thought was that it was the person that took down that kaiju. Or, like you said, it was somebody in the past that had the same power as Kafka.
Dude, if that's the case, we're going Avatar: The Last Airbender, man. You got that Avatar state. But or I'm also thinking like, what if he also is able to like, send the power. You know that mosquito thing that like, gave Kafka the powers?
Okay, yeah, the kaiju.
What if that's something like, that, the weirder of this kaiju transformation can like, send off to future generations, right? Just, I don't know. Who knows? It's kind of like My Hero Academia.
Founding Titan Eren Yeager, like fucking...
I don't know. I'm just trying to speculate, how does this thing work, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's all we can do. Hopefully we get more of it. Hopefully we figure out that samurai before season 2 ends. Because, like, it's coming up soon, right? I think there's only a few more episodes, I think.
Yeah, I just feel like... Yes, the story's like, the characters are building, but like the story's not really progressing too much, and we've used 2 episodes of season 2 already. Right?
Let me say 2 words for you. Training arc. Every anime's gotta have it, dude. Come on.
I get it.
All right. So we have differing opinions on this episode. Let us know what you thought down in the comments below. Leave a like, all that stuff. Check out all of the other series we are recapping almost every single day of the week in the podcast that comes out weekly. But until next time, thank you all for tuning in, and we will catch you later. Peace.
Peace, guys.